Hey everybody, I'm back, the AVP Wargamer. I just wanted to do this video today, just kind of talk about the future of Aliens vs. Predator from Prodos Games and the Unleashed and Hunt Begins games. I also want to talk about next year and this channel and about you guys. First of all, I want to do a big shout out to the Facebook group, AVP Wargamer. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, please add yourself and answer the questions, and I'll put you into the group. It's a really fun group, and if you like anything Alien and Predator, I think you'd really like it because everybody in that group is super awesome and super creative, and it's a great resource for anything Alien and Predator in the miniature game format. And in fact, a lot of collectors, we've been doing Alien and Predator stuff since the 90s. It's just without any official models. So there's been a lot of people doing their own crafty, conversions and things like that. So check it out. And now that there's a game to go, an official game with the license of Alien and Predator, you can get a lot of really cool stuff out there. There's some companies out there that actually produce the Hadley's Hope schematics, and you can actually get them in laser cut MDF, which is really cool. And that's not too expensive. There's a lot of guys out there doing garage kits. They've made their own APCs and Predator ships and things like that that you can, get from private sculptors and things like that. So that's really cool. There's a ton of miniature companies out there that a lot of people aren't aware of about. Most gamers that I know, they only know Games Workshop and they only know those products. But once you really start searching out there for other things, you can find a lot of really cool products and a lot of really cool figures that are pretty cheap, actually, and a lot cheaper than a lot of Games Workshop stuff. And they're just a joy to work on and paint and do all that kind of stuff. So you should definitely check out a couple of my favorite companies out there is Studio Miniatures. They do a lot of like kind of rip off TV movie kind of characters but they sculpt their own like versions of them. Like they have a guy that's like a chainsaw maniac, which looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, things like that. So if you're looking for some unlicensed really cool things that are close to like movie characters or whatever, that's really cool. Check that out. Also, Cool Mini or Not, a lot of their Kickstarters, they have a lot of celebrity lookalike characters, which are really cool. The Walking Dead miniature games has a lot of really unique characters that a lot of people have converted and used for AVP. A lot of civilians and crew workers and things like that. So that's really cool. Hassle Free Miniatures is one of my favorite companies. I've bought a lot of stuff from them. They have very unique characters in both sci-fi and fantasy ranges, and a lot of great stuff for whether you're doing zombie apocalypse kind of stuff or futuristic kind of stuff. It just such a great resource for bits and characters and things like that. And again, you can do post-apocalyptic, you can do sci-fi, pretty much anything. They got something for you. So yeah, and all of this stuff I really found through the Facebook group and through my own research, and we post links and share them all the time. So yeah, it's really cool. So really check it out. Another thing for next year is I want to do a lot of really cool scenarios. Like I want to do a get to the chopper kind of thing where you have a bunch of Marines trying to get to a liftoff point where there'll be a helicopter, and then there'll be a pack of predators hunting them down, and as you play. So hopefully once I build the board and do all that stuff, we'll do a battle report of that and some more battle reports. And if there's anything that you guys want to see me do, go ahead and put them in the comments section. Send me an email. I'd love to see your comments. Every time I get a positive comment from you guys, it's just really encouraging for me, and it really opens up my world into this new thing for me where I'm able to share my hobby daily with people all over the world, and it's just really fun. I don't really get to do that very much. I work a lot, so it's a really good outlet for me. And if you are like me and you work too much, really give yourself like at least one day a week or a couple times a month where you can really spend your time with your hobby and have some fun, because it'll make your life a lot less stressful, and and more enjoyable. There was a good 10 years that I had all my game stuff on a shelf collecting dust while I was working too much. So I'm really happy to get back into the hobby and share it and be a part of a community of people that do what I do and like what I like. So yeah, it's really cool. So thanks, guys. Thanks. It really makes me feel good to show and tell what I got and seeing what you guys have. So yeah. So anyways, so for next year, it looks like Prodos Games will probably be releasing a lot of new stuff. Nothing's been announced officially. I think they're going to keep it hush hush until they actually show it. For those of you who don't know, they had a Kickstarter about 4 years ago, and it's almost done being completed as far as like sending it out to everybody. What happened was they got a little too excited and had way too many cool add-ons and stuff they released at the very beginning of the Kickstarter, and it took too long to get it to everybody, and it caused some problems. But that looks like it's coming to an end soon. Everybody's got their stuff. There's only a few items that people don't have, but Prodos Games, they're giving people trade, where you can take, like, let's say you ordered the 3D terrain, which hasn't been released yet because of, I'm sure tons of problems with creating it. So what they give you the option is just take whatever Kickstarter backing money you gave to them, and you could put that towards a different reward. So that's really cool of them to do that. When you're a Kickstarter creator, you don't have to give it anything to anybody, even if you say you do. So it's really nice that they're fulfilling their obligation to the and their promises to the Kickstarter backers in the best way they can. I know a lot of people have a hard time ordering from Prodos because sometimes the orders don't really quite come through correctly. I've had the same problem myself, but they always fix it. They always send me what I need, and they're good people over there. They're just trying to run a big business that's probably bigger than they thought it was going to be. So yeah, so just give them some slack. Just keep trying. Just keep emailing them. They'll get you your stuff. Don't worry. And then once everybody does get their official Kickstarter stuff done and out of the way, we're going to see a lot of cool stuff, and we've already got some ideas of what's coming from the rules that are released in this book. So yeah, there should be some really cool stuff coming out. They've already released the APC, which looks like a beautiful kit. I'm waiting for it right now. It's super detailed in the inside, and I just can't believe how good of casting processes they have there. I can't even speak proper words about it. It's really cool. So that's coming out. And then I have seen some of their beta testing, like side projects for new Alien Predator stuff, and it's really exciting. I'm not going to say much about it because who knows what the final product's going to look like once it's done. But yeah, it looks really cool. So yeah. Other things that I've been into lately is Warhammer 40k. I've been doing a lot of 40k. I'm going to tell you about that. So because a lot of people play 40k, this is my current Death Watch army that I'm putting together. These are the Primaris Marines from the Dark Imperium box set. But I also have with me here some Prodos game miniatures. These are some Space Crusaders for the game Space Crusade, which hasn't been released yet, but you can still buy the models. I did an unboxing of these Crusaders, and they're actually really cool. They're not too hard to glue together. Just a little bit of super glue, and I'm painting them in my Death Watch theme. I originally started as like my own chapter, which I was going to call the Bahamut chapter, and I like this black and silver theme. But then they released the rules for the Death Watch, which is pretty much the same color scheme that I was already painting. So I kind of got into that and kind of doing a mishmash of the two. But the Crusaders, I'm going to run the bikes. Oh, where are they? There. I'm going to paint these separately. But I'm going to run the bikes as Space Marines, but they're going to be kind of Sisters of Battle-ish. And I'm going to use the Sister of Battle rules for the actual Space Crusaders. And the scale works pretty good with 40k, because if you look at them, Like the Primaris Marine is way taller than the Crusader. So you can see she's a lot smaller than these guys, but she still is clad in fleur-de-lis and skulls with wings, all that kind of stuff. So I think they're going to match up pretty well. That's going to be fun. So that's one side project that I'm working on. I'm also building tons of Tyranids. I'm going to do some videos on Tyranids later. I had somebody in the comments on one of my other videos ask if I could show off my collection, which I will do. I've done a lot of Tyranid collecting since the 90s, so a lot of my stuff is old. But I've been getting a lot of the newer models recently, and I really like working with the new stuff. So it's going to be really fun. So we're going to do more of that next year as well. And yeah, so anyways, what's your projects? What are you guys working on? Please join the AVP Facebook group. I'd love to see your models and share comments with everybody else in the group. So if you go to Facebook, type in under groups AVP Wargamer, answer a couple of questions that I put on there to make sure that you're not a robot. And yeah, I'd love to have you a part of the group. And then keep watching my channel. I'm going to post stuff as often as I can. And if you want to see a video on anything specific, let me know. All right. See you guys later.